Hey, we want to talk to you this morning about fear. Excuse me. I think it's something that we all can relate to. It's something that we all can identify with.
Yeah.
We have all
We
experienced.
should talk about it 100 different ways, 1,000
Right.
different ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Fear is, I don't think any of us are a stranger to fear. Fear actually is, and I mentioned this the other day in another video I did, fear is a what if followed by a negative statement. What if followed by a negative statement. So think about this for a minute. What if we go live and nobody really likes our content?
Or we go live and there's tech issues.
Right, we've never experienced that though.
Can't believe I said it out loud.
Right, yeah. So fear is a what if statement followed by a negative perspective. So, what if I quit my job and we launch this business and we fail and we lose everything? I tell you, that's one of my fears. So we all can relate to fear. The question is, how do you overcome fear? What do you do to move beyond fear or through fear to actually doing something? Because fear can immobilize us.
Yeah,
Fear can paralyze us
Absolutely
and
paralyze.
stop us.
Right.
And then in very real sense, we get the very thing that we feared.
Right.
No positive outcome.
Right. So like we've talked a bit about this before. If like one of my fears, I'm gonna beat you to it. One of my fears is him asking me questions that I don't know the answer to, or I probably know the answer. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
What are your
I
fears?
interrupted myself. I do that a lot. One of my fears is failure. A very common, probably 99, maybe 100% of the population has feared failure at some point in your life. So if that fear of failure keeps me immobilized, keeps me paralyzed from doing the task that I'm afraid to do, then I'm failing
By choice.
by not doing it. I'm not even giving myself a chance to succeed. I'm preemptively failing.
Right. Choosing the very thing you didn't want.
Right.
But somehow because you are in control of that choice, you feel different. I don't know.
Control's a whole
Yeah,
other subject.
that's another topic. So here's the question, and I talked a little bit about this, like I say, in another video, but the what if followed by a negative statement could also be a what if followed by a positive statement.
Yeah.
And how you really break through fear is when that positive statement is more powerful than the negative statement.
Right.
So, what if we start this business and we fail? We spend a year of our life building this course and nobody buys it. That's the negative. What if we do this and we help marriages thrive and we help change a family's life forever?
Right.
And
what if we keep someone from getting a divorce that was on that path, and because of our influence or the course that we created to help that situation, what if that changes the course of their life and their marriage? That's a huge thing.
Yeah, so when you stop and think about it, if there is something more powerful than the negative, that's magnetic and compelling and drawing, you'll pull through your fears.
Right, because I think that's a difference there too, because when it's always about, I've got to push through this, I can do this, I'm motivated, I'm going to use my willpower and my power of choice, and I'm just going to do this anyway. There's some of that works, but I think over the bigger picture and over the long term, it's when that something that's bigger on the other side of that fear pulls you through. It draws you in, and I think inspiration is part of that you're inspired to pull through the negative, pull through that paralyzing feeling to take action.
I think that's when it's sustainable. See, I think this willpower thing is not sustainable.
Right.
If I have to bring it up and I'm just going to press through and I just keep that willpower, I don't think is sustainable.
Right.
But I think when something is compelling and something is drawing and something is that I'm focused on and moving towards, there's something about that sustains my effort, sustains my energy.
Right. Give the firefighter example.
So yeah, for example, a firefighter goes into a burning building. Why would he do that? The fear is, man, I could get burned. I could lose my life. And those are all these fears that are real. And fear is real. I'm not saying it's not there.
Yeah.
But why does he take that step? Why does he run into that building? Because he's also, what if I could save a life? Mm-hmm. What if I could do something that would prevent this family from losing everything they have? Mm-hmm. And there's something about that mission that is so compelling that they'll actually run into harm's way.
Mm-hmm. For the greater good,
right.
For the bigger payoff on the other
so
side.
Think about our journey this last year, and I was kind of journaling this morning a little bit, thinking about, my fears. I think I have a lot more fear than I want to admit. Hi, my name's Daryl. I have a lot more fear than I want to admit. It's real and it's there. And I think there's sometimes that we don't break through.
Proud of you.
We don't break through our fear because, one, we've not really stopped to address it. We've not stopped to identify it. You want to break through your fear? Just do this one exercise. Write it down.
Yeah.
Write down your fears. Why am I not doing that? What is it about that I keep getting close, but I stop? What am I really afraid of? And actually write those down. There's something about pen to paper that's powerful.
It's magical. It really is. There's something magical, whether it's writing down a positive thing or writing down a negative thing. I think when it's just in our minds, that negative thing can be so huge. We make it bigger than it actually is sometimes. And so there's power in writing it down. It sort of releases its power.
Yeah, well, I think it helps you process it too. There's something about that act of writing that helps you process it. When you write down those fears and you go, okay, I'm afraid that if we launch this business, we walk away, we invest our savings, we walk away from that. I'm afraid that I'll fail. And I'm afraid that nobody will buy our course, that our content will not be valuable, that we'll be irrelevant, that I can have all of those fears that I won't provide for my family. I can have all those fears. When I write them down and I see them, then I can actually address them. Mm-hmm. But I think when they're just rolling in the back of your head and in your subconscious mind, there's something that you're just like, I know there's something there, I can't put my finger on it. Mm. So one of the things you can do is just simply write it down. That's one way you can overcome fear. Another way you can overcome fear is by taking action.
Yes.
And by taking a step towards that what if positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you take a step, you take an action, and the more action you take, the more confidence you have. The more confidence you have, the less threatening the fear.
Right. One of our mentors started a movement called Kick Fear in the Face.
Right.
And that's really what you have to do sometimes. You got to just kick it in the face, because as long as you let it control you, it has power over you. When you kick it in the face, you're taking your power back.
Yeah. And that action builds that confidence. And even, do you see what I just did there? It's like that action just kind of builds that confidence. The chest comes out, you have more confidence, you have more esteem, you have more, I can do this. I can do this. And I think the fear is, I can't do this. Uh-huh. I can't do this. And I even did it there. when we say it, we slump. I can't do this. I'm no good. I can't. I won't. That body position. Mm-hmm. But when you think, man, I've done it once, I can do it again.
Exactly.
We used to be afraid of going live on Facebook. And now, it's like, push the button, let's go. Because partly is we've done it. And we've taken action.
And we didn't die.
And we didn't die. And maybe there's people watching, maybe there's not. Maybe, you know what?
It doesn't matter.
If we never go live, or if we never produce the video, or if you never put your stuff out there, it can never have impact.
Yeah.
And my prayer is that even this one little video that we do this morning would impact somebody's life. Yeah. We want our lives to matter. We want to be relevant. We want to make a difference.
Right.
But we can't do that if we live in our fear.
Mm-hmm. If we stay quiet and don't speak out, if we stay silent and don't say anything, if we let the fear of failure keep us from writing and speaking, then we have little to no impact.
Right. So you get to choose. How are you going to show up today? Show up bold, show up strong, show up confident, and go take an action. And if you have some fears rolling around the back of your head, write them down. But the biggest thing I guess I would encourage you to do is have a bigger why. Have something that's bigger than your fear, that's compelling and drawing and motivating you to take action.
Right. That's where it's at.
Let's go have a great day. Make it an extraordinary day.
Take care.
Have fun.